Hey guys, welcome to the City Shape Up series.
I'm Kristin.
And I'm Lauren.
And we're headed off to our 10-minute lunchtime yoga flow with KK from Pure Yoga.
Ready, set, flow.
Hi ladies, it's so great to have you here at Pure Yoga for our yoga session. Namaste. I'm going to start you laying on your backs. So go ahead and take your block with you actually as you lay on your back. That block will be a tool in just a moment. You can put it to the side and arms reach and lay in Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of your feet together and let the knees ease to the side. Now if you feel like it's a little too intense in your inner thighs, you'll take your feet a little further away from you. And if you want to create a little more intensity, bring your feet a little closer towards your pelvis. Take your arms over your head, and you can hold opposite hand to opposite elbow over the head. All right, and that way you start to open up your armpit chest. You can close your eyes. And with the eyes closed, you start to take your attention and intention inwards. That's the most important thing of yoga, and what really separates it from just physical exercise and more of a spiritual practice is the intention that you set. Start to breathe slowly, deeply in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel the rise and the fall of your body with your breath, and start to heat your body internally with this breath, this ujjayi breathing. And go ahead and take your hands to the outer thighs. Scoop your outer thighs up and press your knees in towards each other like you were closing a book. And then hug your knees to your chest. And as you hug your knees tightly in towards your chest, you'll start to feel a stretch either in your upper back, your middle back, or your lower back. Move your knees a little bit from side to side. Connect with that sensation of stretching that you're feeling so that you can begin to direct your breath into those areas of the body. From here, take your happy baby where you bend your knees out to the sides and have the heels right over your knees. Right? You can grab the outsides of the feet, you can grab your big toes if you like, you can grab the insides of the feet, but as you stack your heels directly over your knees, use your low belly to pull the low back down. That's it. Start to activate your core strength. And then you can start to wiggle around in it a little bit like a happy baby would. We see babies do this posture all the time. And we want to embody also the attributes of the poses we're imitating, right? Like a happy baby, you're very flexible, playful, right? Curious. And then releasing the feet, take the block, put the block all the way up close and personal. When you place the block, you're gonna put it all the way up into the floor of the pelvis so it hits the pubic bone. Take the legs straight to the sky from there. And then as you take the legs straight to the sky, spread the toes. So this isn't just an abdominal exercise, which it will activate. Go ahead and interlace the fingers at the back of the neck. Draw the elbows slightly in and inhale, lift your head and shoulders up. Now we've activated our upper abs. Keep those lifting unless it hurts your neck, then you can keep the head and shoulders down. But squeeze the block very strongly, tuck your tailbone and lift the low back a little off the floor and then lower it back down. Perfect. It's a tiny movement, it's a squeeze, tuck, lift and lower. We'll do about 15 of them. This isn't just the abdominal exercise, but it's engaging and activating our two bandhas, which are very important in your yoga, your vinyasa practice. The bandhas are the floor of your pelvis. Lifting is Mula Bandha. So when you squeeze in on that block, Mula Bandha is activating. When you tuck the tailbone and you lift the low back off the floor, Uddiyana Bandha is activating. And when you lower it back down, you can feel it staying connected. Do two more. Squeeze, tuck, lift, and lower. Yes. Squeeze, tuck, lift, and lower. And then keep the block where it is. Lower the head and shoulders. Bring the feet to the floor. Keeping the block, we'll do bridge with a block. So graze the backs of your heels with your middle fingertip. That should be very accurate and landing your heels directly underneath your knees. This looks perfect. Squeeze in on the block and inhale, lift your hips up. With your straight arms, hold the outsides of your mat. Yeah, grab hold of the outsides of the mat, and then you can pull out on the mat to pull the shoulders under. Yes, perfectly wiggling the shoulders under, so you get this beautiful arc in your back like a bridge. And the squeezing of the block will help to really stabilize your sacrum, and it also helps to strengthen your legs and activate your hamstrings. And your hamstrings are what you want activated to help you in your back bends, right? Healthy back bends. We'll take about 2 more breaths right here, right? Just relaxing in the face. We feel the shoulders pressing down, the feet pressing down, and then coming down very slowly, articulating the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Upper spine first, tuck the tail, middle, and then lower. And then you can take the block, put it right off to the side, hug your knees to your chest once again, and then hold the backs of the thighs, and we'll rock a few times back and forth until we can cross over our shins and come on to hands and knees in our tabletop position. And as we take tabletop, fingers spread wide and equally apart. Your pointer fingers are parallel to each other, exactly like 2 train tracks. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow breathing. Inhale, sink spine down towards the floor, look up to the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, pull the belly in, look to your navel. Inhale, sink spine down towards the floor, tuck, yes, that's it. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, pull the belly in, and puff. 1 more time, inhale, sink spine down. We're lubricating the joints of the spine. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, pull belly in, coordinating the movement and the breath. Sit back into a child's pose. Child's pose is big toes together to touch, knees about as wide as the mat, so that your rib cage can fit nicely in between your inner thighs. If that hurts your knees, you can always bring your knees a little bit closer together, and that usually takes any kind of pain out of your knees. Take slow, deep inhales through your nose, and slow, deep exhales through your nose. Visualize, use your creativity and your imagination. They're 2 of your greatest gifts. And feel the breath move through your spine. Inhale, come to hands and knees, and exhale into downward facing dog. That upside down V shape with your body. See that your feet are hips width distance apart. You're pushing the floor away with your hands so that you feel that reverberation of energy lifting you up. On an inhale, come forward to plank position. Shoulders over the wrists, the legs are strong, the tops of the thighs are lifting, the navel lifts and the tailbone draws down. Perfect, right there. Whole front of the body lifting to the back of the body. Exhale to downward facing dog. On your inhale, reach your right leg to the sky. Stack the hip and bend the knee into this scorpion tail type of situation. There we go, beautiful. Straighten your top leg, turn the toes down. Suck the belly in, bring your knee into your nose, shoulders over your wrists. Step lightly your right foot forward to your right thumb. Come high on your fingertips into finger stand. Feel lift from your chest, square in the hips, and then lead with your heart as you inhale, sweep up into high lunge. Arms by your ears. Lean your torso a little bit back and feel the buoyancy of your upper body. Beautiful, ladies. Start to reach your left arm forward, right arm back. So you feel yourself split right in the center. And then lower left hand down, right arm up. Easy lunging twist. Beautiful. Gaze right to the right thumb and feel there's a little bit of back bend in the upper back. 1 more deep breath here. Exhale, right hand to the floor and just straighten on the front leg as you hop your back foot in for pyramid pose, about 3 inches. Square up the hips and take a few breaths here. And as you press into your feet, that's it. It's gonna help to lengthen your hamstrings. Take 1 more deep breath here. Bend your front knee, look forward, inhale. Exhale, step back to high plank. From your high plank position, from top of head to heels, exhale, lower only halfway to Chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog, flip the feet and shoulders back, and exhale back into down dog. And you can modify any of these that you like. You can skip those vinyasas, and then with the intention to create balance, inhale your left leg to the sky. Stack the hip, bend the knee, peel open. Great. Straighten the top leg, turn the toes down from your core strength. Exhale, bring your knee into nose and step lightly the left foot forward. Get strong in your legs. Feel lift in your heart. Inhale, sweep up, oh so graceful to your high lunge. Start to reach the right arm forward, left arm back. From your navel, lower right hand down, left arm up. Easy lunging twist. And feel the upper body curling back a little bit. There's a brightness through the top hand as you spread the fingers. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring the left hand to the floor for your pyramid pose. Begin to straighten on the front leg. Hop the back foot in a few inches. Awesome with your square hips here. Stretching the hamstrings, releasing the neck. Take one more deep breath. Bend the front knee, look forward. Step back into high plank. Lower your knees to the floor and come back into child's pose. So there's your wonderful 10-minute powerful sequence. Okay. Namaste.
Hi guys, how do you feel after that amazing 10-minute practice? I am feeling so zenned out, and I wanted to have a little conversation here with KK, who led us through our practice today from Pure Yoga.
Namaste, yogis.
So KK, I wanted to start talking to you just about the benefits of the yoga practice, because I feel like a lot of what we see, especially like on Instagram, is the physical asana. And that's just like one little tiny piece of like the whole yoga pie. So what do you see as the benefits of the practice beyond the physical?
Beyond the physical, there's so much more. When I started yoga, it was very physical. It was for my athleticism and to improve my athleticism. Started doing yoga over 20 years ago, and I could see even just in the first week that it was touching every other aspect of my life. That I was just a kinder human being and just more easier to deal with so many other things, like physically and emotionally, and just stress levels like dropping. You know, I can see when I teach a yoga class, I start 1 hour later, that shift that happens energetically in the room for every human being that's in there is so profound, and it's like touches my soul so deeply.
That's so wonderful. What would you say to somebody who is perhaps coming into the practice for the first time? I think it can be a little bit overwhelming, especially when you have all of these people around you who are doing crazy things.
Right.
What advice would you give to a first timer?
Yeah, overwhelming, intimidating, all that, but to really just let that go and know that, you know, so much of yoga is about not judging yourself, not having any expectations. And that I always say there's no peer pressure in yoga. Mm-hmm. Everything should be inspiring. Those people around may be inspiring, but really understanding what the capacity of your body is on a day-to-day basis, because it changes all the time, and just to go in with an open heart and an open mind.
That's so great. Kind of in the similar vein, I feel like a lot of people come to yoga because they have injuries and they're looking for a way to heal their bodies. Is there any advice that you would give to somebody who's coming in and is maybe trepidatious because they're like, I have a shoulder limitation, I have a knee thing, I'm nervous to go in and have somebody else like touch my body? Yeah,
I started because of a back injury, you know, and since then, in my whole 22 years of practicing yoga, I'm an athlete, so I've broken, strained, torn, everything in my body, and yoga's been the healer of everything. So I would say to just find the appropriate class and the appropriate level, and always talk to your teachers about what your injury is, and let them be privy to, because they'll often be able to give you some modifications and to help you with that. Yeah,
I love that.
It's incredibly healing. It's the most healing thing.
There's like a yoga for everyone. You just have to find the class that suits you.
It's true. Very much so.
Switching gears just a little bit, we did an incredible core exercise to start off our practice. What is your favorite core exercise, and can you tell me a little bit about why that works?
Sure. That one that we did with the block between the inner thighs from my teacher Anna Forrest, but it seems like the simplest exercise, but it's so intense because yoga really works you from the inside out, right? So just even that little simple tiny movement is turning on those intrinsic muscles of the floor of the pelvis, your perineum, and the lowest part of your the abdominals, the rectus abdominals, that you need so intensely in every pose except for Shavasana. So basically, in yoga, in a vinyasa practice, we want those engaged all the time. So I love that core exercise because it helps to turn them on right away.
Yeah, that is so awesome. And thank you so much for your
so
time.
welcome.
It was wonderful to practice with you.
Thank you for coming.
Yes, and we'll see you again soon.
I'll see you again soon. Namaste.
Namaste.
Ah, that yoga class was magical.
I know, I should bring you more often with me.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we did.
Yes, thank you so much to Pure Yoga and KK for leading us through an amazing 10-minute practice. And you guys can actually catch a barre class with us at Pure Yoga later in the season, so we hope you'll stick around for that 20-minute workout with Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but
Yep.
you can do it. 'Cause we
I
can do
believe
it.
in you. Thank you so much, guys, and namaste.
Namaste.